Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 78 of FTB Revelations, where today I'm playing with more nuclear fusion. So last episode we got hydrogen and deuterium cooking, right? Now if I look at the deuterium levels that we have, we're at 7.14, right? 7.140. What we should be seeing here is a net gain, because we did the math last episode, and we realized that we're producing, in our hydrogen reactor, we're producing 1 bucket every 100 ticks. And in this reactor, we're using 1 bucket every 150 ticks. So even if I wasn't getting deuterium out of the electrolyzers, which I am, it's a very small amount, it's a minuscule, insignificant amount, but even if I wasn't getting it out of here, I'd still be generating like 30% more deuterium than I need. I think math hard. Anyway, long story short, we're doing really good, right? We have more deuterium and hydrogen. We should also be having a net gain on hydrogen, because if I math that out correctly, right, 1.755, right? So we keep an eye on this guy. We'll see that it's a net gain for sure, right? We're definitely producing, you know, a healthy amount. I don't know how long it's taking to process this, but it's making about a bucket in, what is that, 2 seconds-ish? I don't know, 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 3 seconds? Okay. So 3 seconds for a bucket. But remember, we have 9 of these, right? So we're getting a bucket every third of a second, roughly. Roughly. I'm just spitballing numbers here. I don't know. I didn't do the real math on that. But yeah, long story short, we're doing good, right? Now we can see our efficiency is getting close to that 100% mark. Our temperature change is still pretty low, but our temperature is going to continue to climb if we don't cool this guy. So we should keep an eye on that, to be sure. Can I get you up to 5 tick accelerations now without a problem? I can, right? Yeah, I can. Booyah. That's what's up. All right. And I mean, you're going to drain hydrogen like nobody's business, but that's okay. We've got a lot backstuffed. And we're having trouble outputting the energy as fast as we're making it, because that's always a good time. But I just want to get that efficiency up to 100% so I can show you guys what happens with the temperature going up thing. And then I want to start probably almost immediately getting this guy efficient and cool, and then another reactor, right? So I mean, like, we've got 10 more active fluid coolers, which should be enough, right? Let's kick off the 128 of these that we're gonna need, and the 4 of these for fusion connectors, right? And that should be cool. And then we'll get another electromagnet in a bit too. You know what else I should do at nuclear? I want 4 elite platings. Where are the elites? Hopefully I have the resources for that. They use like uranium, and because I'm burning uranium as fast as I am, you know, things and stuff. And I think they also need a chemical reactor, which we have 1 of. We can make another. And a machine chassis. So kick all that off. Oh, no crafting CPUs. All right, well, machine chassis is easy enough to make. We'll like let all the other stuff finish and then take care of that. So you're doing a good job, right? You're sitting around 97%. I want to probably get the cooling ready, because we're already at 30% efficiency, and I haven't done any tick accelerating. Notice, we're already producing 68,000 RF a tick, and we're only at 30% efficiency, and I haven't done any tick accelerating to get there. So like, your deuterium and hydrogen combo is really quite good. Like, really, really quite good. So I'm thinking maybe another sink or 2, so we can set up a similar setup to there. Let's do that. Right. So I only need, like, 2 more buckets. And then we can have 2 sinks. Sweet. And we can get that ready, okay? So let's prepare for what's going to have to be a similar setup to over here, I presume, right? So what we want, we're probably going to mirror exactly this, right? So in the corner we had 2 going that way, and then 3 going that way, right? So into the corner, 1, 2 going that way, and then we had an extra one. Oh, I hate that. The thing breaks so easily. It really does. It really does. See how easy it breaks? Killing me, Smalls. Fusion reactors are delicate. Today we learned. And this thing gets weird when I break it when it's running, so I have to like close the world. Okay, so we had. Let's I'm not 100% sure if the numericalness is the same, like if you need the same number of coolers. So let's figure this out. So on up, it will not be extract, but on down, it will be extract, always active, not insert. So as one active cooler, in terms of that, is 2%. Okay, so I think that means that the math is the same then, right? So if we turn off the extract here for a sec, right? What we're gonna want is how many was it? Was it 3 that way? Yeah, and then 2 space 1, right? So 2 space 1. And that should be cool, right? And then you are 1 2 1 2 space 1 2. Okay, so if I set you to extract always active, you guys should be chilling at an efficiency of 14%. If I came down here and set you to extract always active on the bottom, you should be sitting at a chilling reaction of 100%. Nice, cool. So down extract is off, because I want to get the temperature up before I turn this on. East extract is off. And then you should be cooling at 100% at least until you're done doing your thing. Sweet. So that should switch our cooling to be 0% in a moment once it burns through all the water that's in the active coolers. There you go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And that'll get our efficiency. Efficiency climbs quickly because this doesn't need that much heat. So let's refresh our memory. So you're at 97%, by the way. So you need 1245. This one needs 3339. So this combo, even more power, but does need a lot of heat. Not quite as much as hydrogen, but still a decent amount. So we'll just let these two climb naturally. And I'm going to go get my 3rd reactor ready to go and make sure that that's cool. And I think by the end of this episode, we'll have 3 fusion reactors powering things, which should be pretty neat. Now, you're not going to be an accurate representation of how much power income we've got going on at the moment, but we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. 35 billion RF stored. Not too shabby. And, yeah. All right, guys, we're back. So, making a fusion chassis thingy here. Which looks good. Nice. Okay, so there's your fusion reactor. There's your 4 fusion connectors, and there's your 128 of these dudes. So let's pop, take a quick nap. Not that that hurts to do that ever. And go see how, because it's been a few minutes, like I've been basically just letting things run for a minute or two. Let's see how my reactors are doing at the moment. Right? So you're at, oh man, you are at 98% efficiency. Looking good. And you, sir, are at, wow, 80% efficiency. And you're generating close to 200,000 RF a tick. Oh, it's so cool. That's a huge amount of RF, dudes. And that's, like, running off water. Okay? Just to put that in perspective. We're literally water. I mean, it's fusion, so it's cool. And to be fair, you need a pretty serious backbone of energy production before you can heat these guys up. Like, I've got the energy orb, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot, right, of energy required here. I just want to clean this up. What I should do is just have, like, a not-so-efficient drill. That's what I should do. I should make a 3rd drill that doesn't have efficiency 5 on it. So I'm not, like, accidentally breaking things that I shouldn't be breaking. Anyway, this guy's at 81%. That's cool. So let's get another 11 here, right? So we were going to do 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Does that seem reasonable, right? And then we break you, and then we break the center of this dude, which is roughly here. And that looks cool, right? 4 on either side. Perfect. And then what we want is our exchanging gadget to do boop, boop. And then what I should probably do is have a building gadget in horizontal wall mode without place on top. Let's see here. That feels pretty good, right? Does that feel pretty good? That should just fill that in. Nice. Okay. And then what we'll do is pop down into here. We're probably going to want another feral flare lantern. So let's make one of these real quick, too. And then I can kind of line you up on the same kind of position. I think I cleared this out off camera last time, so let's do it on camera this time. Cool. So I do this, and then I do surface mode, and then also not place on top. Or yes, place on top. And that does that. And then we do boop, 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 boop. And this. Sweet. Okay. And then just a quick exchanger to make everybody happy. And that looks good to me. All right, I'll take it. Cool. And then you, sir, will be that. Whoops. That. And that's where our new nuclear reactor fusion core will go. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll build this out again. You guys are going to be fusion reactor experts by the end of this series. But at the same time, I'm going to have a lot of RF generation. I'm not even going to know what to do with it. That is one downside of kitchen sink packs, is there's definitely like reached a point in modded Minecraft, right, where, and we did this again, but that's okay. There's a little bit of power creep, and that's okay, right? Like, that's okay. But there's more mods that generate huge amounts of power, and very few mods that use huge amounts of power, right? So the real problem that you run into is, all right, now I'm producing all this power. What do I do with it? That's why I like having Draconic in a pack, because Draconic is one of the very few mods, that and RF Tools Dimensions, that uses a huge amount of power, right? And like, so that's why I like having those mods in the packs. I get excited when I see them. It's like, all right, cool. Like, I can produce hundreds of thousands of RF a tick, and I have something to do with it all. You know, because I always feel like blah when I've managed to produce a stupid amount of power, and it's like, well, I'll never need any of that. Like, that's not cool. And we're getting really close to having those 2 reactors be at peak efficiency, so we're going to be turning on the coolers for them pretty soon. Okay. So that's all set, and then we want our flux points, which I don't think I've managed to produce yet. Flux points for, well, we want a plug for adding, but we definitely want more points for removing. We are short on flux again. I should really have automated this, and I didn't. I'm a bad person for that. I've just been, like, on occasion, running down here and doing the thing, right? And that makes me a bad person, because I did not automate it. I'm sure I could do it, too. Like, in a fun way, right? We could, like, detect when there's redstone, and then break and replace the obsidian, and... I mean, there's stuff we could totally do here. Okay. Sweet. Excellent. All right, that'll do. So now we should get our 10 or so flux points for removing energy from the network. Let's do 20. Never hurts to have a few extras. Okay. And by now, our flux points should be coming into fruition. Sweet. Okay. So you will be Direwolf 20's network. as will you. And you. And you will be Darryl20's network. And one more. And that should have a solid setup ready to roll. Cool. All the magnets should be powered in a moment here, and we're happy. Toroid size 2. All right, how's your temperature efficiency? 90%. Wow, that thing climbs quickly. Which makes sense, right? And you're at 99, and your temperature change still at 5,000, right? So we're about to hit that 100% threshold. So you're producing right around 87,000 RF Not bad. I think we should turn on our temperature things now. So let's make you always active. So your cooling should be at 14%. So you'll notice that the temperature change is minimal. And if we come down here, the down, that should be at 100% now. Cool. And our temperature change is 441 Kelvin per tick. So what's going to happen is, once we had 100% efficiency, we should have a temperature change of 0. What would happen otherwise is we'd hit 100% efficiency, the temperature would keep climbing. Granted, much slower than it was before, but it would still be climbing. And then we would be at 99% efficiency, and it would start to drop. Because as it goes above that temperature threshold, the ideal one is 44,300 or something like that, 4430 million Kelvin. So we've got a little bit ways to go for temperature, right? I mean, we're still getting 440 Kelvin per tick, so yeah, it'll climb a little bit. It'll climb a little bit. That's million Kelvin, remember, so got a long ways to go to 100%. But, like, that's fine, right? And then you, sir, are doing what? 90% efficiency? Sweet. So if we were to tick accelerate this, that's doing pretty good, actually. I should probably void output overflow, because if with tick accelerating, we might not be draining our helium fast enough. And if we don't drain our helium fast enough, what we're going to have is a reactor that stalls because its output tank is full. But by turning that on, we're cool. Right? And that's looking good. See, like right now, we're about to stall. This would stall our reactor and it would stop running. Instead, we're just voiding the helium-3, which is cool, right? And the reactor would have been stalled this whole time. All right, cool. Wow, 215,000 RF a tick. And this isn't even like the good one. The next one we're about to build is going to be the good one. I love it. I love it. Now, our temperature change is in the 6,000 range, so let's tick accelerate this a little bit more just so you guys can see, right? So our ideal temperature here is 1245 million, right? So we should be closing in on that. And I'm hoping that you are just doing fine on production and helium and deuterium and hydrogen and all that. Yeah, we're fine. We have plenty of both. Okay, 97%. Sweet. I think I could take that one more time and be okay. Yeah, we get a little low on deuterium with 5 clicks. If I did 6, we would definitely run out of deuterium. I could always put another export on deuterium, but it's fine. And again, like, we would overflow our helium too. So 98%, we're getting there, right? All right, cool. Super close to that 100% threshold that we want. And this is just me wanting to show you guys what it looks like when we're at 100%. Not that anything visually changes, I don't think, but yeah, you are 1245. We're getting close. All right, so we're about to cross the 1245 threshold. So that'll be good times in just a moment here, and we'll see our efficiency change. So now it's at 100% efficiency, right? But notice that our temperature is still climbing, which is bad, right? And our efficiency is going to drop at some point once we cross that, once we get too hot, right? And that's probably bad. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we're at 1260. So now let's turn on these guys. So on the down, you can be extract. And on the east, you can be extract. And that should be cooling now. And we'll see our temperature changes at 0. Nice. That's cool. Active cooling. Nice. See, we actually did hit efficiency 99, right? So I think we'll be all right. If we were worried, we could throw another cooler on there. Like, if I did another active cooler, would we start losing temperature? which, speaking of active coolers, we're going to need a few more of these anyway. So let's get like 20 more cooking. But if I did this, would you be at, yeah, see, negative 99 Kelvin. So we're at 102% cooling. So if we wanted to cool this thing back down, that would be fine. But I think we're all right. I don't think it's negligible, the amount of cooling that we're talking about here, so I'm not going to worry about it, right? Our efficiency is pretty much at 100%. This says 99, this says 100, so I think we're like really close to that. We're good, right? So I think that's cool. You know what? If I really wanted to cool this thing, I could throw, not you, you. That should give me a big boost in cooling because that's an opposite, right? 114? Yeah, 114%. So we're cooling at 700 Kelvin a tick. I just kind of want to get this guy back to 100 and I'd be happy. There we go, 100. Nice. All right, so now I just remove this dude. And now we're at 100% efficiency. Beautiful. See that? How cool is that? I love it. All right, so 1260, that'll be good. Temperature change is -1 Kelvin per tick, so like a very minor cooling rate, which is fine because it'll eventually balance out at the perfect point. Nice. So now let's get you running. What do you say? Good times? Okay, so we're going to want a flux plug for adding energy to the network. And I'm just going to basically mirror what I did over here, right? So flux plug, I can probably put my building gadgets away. And you. And you're going to go on the generators network, right? And then that's another flux plug, but we want a flux point here on the Direwell 20 network, right? And you're going to drain energy out. Oh, you're actually filling energy in already? Hang on a sec. I guess, wow, you're heating up even though there's no, okay, that's interesting. That's fine. Let's get our ender conduiting running over here. Okay, so you're going to insert the fuel combination that we're going to use here is going to be hydrogen and helium-3, and that's going to be my 303,000 RF a tick for a small reactor. We have a little bit bigger. We have a size 2, so we're cool. But that's going to be a lot of RF, right? So hydrogen and helium, which means magenta, and you should also be extracting on yellow. Okay, so magenta and yellow are the two colors we're going to want to insert in. And what does that produce, by the way? I think it just produces straight up helium. So let's call that pink. Let's get a black hole, dude. I guess we could go with pink for helium, for hydrogen. Kind of makes sense. So what we're going to want to do is remove you for a sec so we don't accidentally do anything here. Right, you're going to be an insert on pink because I don't think we're using that color yet. Pink insert, okay. And then you're going to be extract on pink, insert on magenta, and you will not extract, and you will be insert on yellow, right? So there's your hydrogen, there's your helium, right? We can reconnect Direwell 20's network. I'm going to turn off the limit so that you can produce and jump as much power into that thing as you want, and boom, we should be producing helium. Helium! That's what's up. And then we can put this guy back, we can do nothing with this, and we can set you on the west to extract always active without an insert, and you'll start draining the hydrogen out of here again. Nice. So in theory, theoretically in theory, that is also going to have a net gain on helium, right? So if we pay attention to our helium reserves, we're currently at 1.32, right? We should, 1.325, let's call it, right? 1.325. We should have a net gain of helium here. It looks like we're kind of breaking even, but I think we're going to have a total net gain, right? The reason it looks like we're breaking even is because we barely have a net gain, but we should see no more 325s anymore. Like, we should see only 326 and 327s. And after a few seconds, we'll only see 327s, right? And that'll tell us for sure that we have a net gain on helium, which is kind of cool. See? And now we're at 327, 328, right? So no more 326s. So we definitely have a net gain on helium. Deuterium we should also have a net gain on, right? So 7 to 10, right? 7 to 11, 7 to 11, 7 to 12, 7 to 11. So no more 210s. That means we have a net gain here. And hydrogen we're not too worried about, I think, right? 3.4, 3.402, 3.405. Yeah, definitely a net gain on hydrogen as well. So all the fuels that I care about, we are getting more of the fuel than we're using, right? So now all we have to do is set up active coolers for this guy, and we should be good. Nice. Okay, so again, I'm going to mirror the same build, right? So we're going to have a corner, 3 this way, 2 space 1. Okay, so the corner, 3 space this way, 2 space 1. And I'm going to try really hard not to break my fusion reactor for a change. Okay, and let's get a couple bucket dudes. Boom, boom. And a sink. Boom. Boom. Okay, and we're just going to be prepared. Right, and are my active coolers done? They are. Hooray. So I'm not going to set them up yet. I mean, I'll set them up, but I won't actually set you to extract just yet. 1, 2, space 1. And then you're going to be 1, 2, and then 2 here. Cool. And you'll be the other sink. And that'll be good. Cool. Look at that. All right, nice. So we don't have any active cooling yet because we want the temperature to climb. But we just give this guy a few minutes now and we should be good, right? I'm going to give him a few clicks so we can get his temperature going a little bit faster. And that's cool, man. Look at all that. Awesome. Back in a few. All right, guys, we are back. And at the moment, I'm tick accelerating my fusion core here just to get us up to that 90% threshold, which is good times. Efficiency's climbing pretty rapidly, but only when tick accelerated. You know. That's how it is with the Dyer. So we're at 90%. 5 I can seem to do without too much of a problem. And still keep the helium and hydrogen flowing. I haven't tried 6 yet. I'm kind of afraid to go that far. Remember, if you over-tick accelerate, you'll either run out of fuel or back stuff, or something will happen that'll cut off the power, and then you'll rapidly lose temperature, and therefore rapidly lose efficiency. But we're pretty close to the threshold I want to be at. So let's see how much RF a tick we're generating once this tick acceleration wears off. Because it's kind of hard to measure when we're capping out the energy stored. But I mean, right now we're transferring a lot. But ooh, nice. 565,000 RF a tick. Now, it's no 25 million, right? It's no rainbow generator. But it's also running on water. So, you know... Yeah, and I mean, like, that's pretty good RF generation. I think we're going to call that complete, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you on the down to extract always active, and I'm going to set this guy up here to extract always active, and you should be ready to keep cool. Nice, 100% cooling. Still have a gain of temperature of 3,000 Kelvin per tick, which is fine, because our efficiency should be climbing. So what will happen is the efficiency will approach 100%, and then be done and stay at 100%, which is what we want. So we'll probably wind up around 580 to 600 RF a tick, 600,000 RF a tick is probably where I would expect to be. So all told here, between all our fusion reactors and any fission reactors that may or may not be running at the moment based on our fuel situation, actually they're all running, so that's a pretty good sign. Let's pop home and see what we've got by way of total power income at the moment. If we looked at this bad boy, we would see that we're generating, wow, 780-ish thousand RF a tick. That seems pretty significant. That is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. We have a disable limit on here, so you're able to export all the powers, right? And then down here, you've got, you know, an output of 900-ish thousand. So we're generating 900-ish. We're probably using around 120. The limit's disabled, so we can dump as much power as we want in there. That's pretty cool. I never quite understood surge mode, but yeah, we'll see. And then you've got like a little buffer here, which is nice, but not really that important. You have the limit disabled. You've got other stuff going on, but that's okay. I think we're cool. Nice. That is cool, man. That is cool. Hey, I'm going to call that nuclear craft complete. I mean, there's probably a handful of other things we could do with fusion. Like, we never did anything with neutron fluid, but I don't super see the point of it, unless I'm missing something really important. But, like, even just looking at the other fusions, nothing else comes close to that 300-ish, right? We got 225,000 if we combine deuterium with helium, right? But the deuterium... or the helium, whatever it is, this one, right? 303 is still better than that by far, right? We don't have anywhere else near that. Yep, nothing else really comes close to the amount of RF a tick. That's 700, not 700K, right? So we want to pay attention to those Ks showing up. Yeah, nothing else really. And neutron fluid, I don't get the point of, right? It seems like the only thing I can do is combine it with molten lithium or boron, and I'll get tritium and helium, right? And tritium, I guess I can use to make tritium lamps, which gives off radiation? I don't know if that's a good idea. And I could also use it to, you know, make more neutron fluid and helium-3. So I'm sure there's a point to this. I'm missing it. And, I mean, that's okay, right? I guess. Yeah, tritium can be doubled up, and we get 90,000. I mean, like, we could probably go further with it if we wanted to. I just don't see the need at this point. Nothing that really needs all that power. So I think we're going to call that a wrapping up point for nuclear craft. I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah. And we're up to, you know, close to 80 billion RF. And the speed at which we're producing this number going up is pretty fast, right? Like, it's pretty fast. So we stop paying attention for a minute, and we'll come back and we'll have hundreds of billions of RF, and we won't know what to do with ourselves. All right, so now let's look at, real quick, I want to take a peek. Environmental tech, 193 palladium crystals. I think next episode we should get the next tier of void ore miner. Just because, you know, we have enough palladium now, right? I think so. Right? I think so. Um, 52. We need 56 structure panels. So I think we're probably close. Yeah. We basically just need a few more structure panels, a few more speed modifiers, and obviously the Void Ore Miner Tier 4 upgrade. I think that would be doable. All right, but we'll do that next episode, I think. And then future plans. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. Definitely more Draconic. I want to get like the full Draconic armor set probably. And ideally, I wouldn't mind, you know, some Draconic weapons. Maybe take on the End Chaos Dragon thingy. Yeah, the Chaos Dragon probably would be a good time. And then we have, obviously, more fun stuff we could do. I will want to do Twilight Forest at some point. But, you know, we'll see. For now, I just want to sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.